Welcome to Coin Explorer. Have you ever taken a moment to really look at the smallest coins that pass through your hands every day? Most people barely notice them. A dime is so small that it often disappears into pockets, jars, or the corner of a wallet without anyone thinking twice. Yet collectors know that even the tiniest coin can sometimes hide a fascinating story. Today, we are focusing on a coin that millions of people have seen, but very few have actually examined closely. It is the 1991 United States Roosevelt Dime. At first glance, it looks completely ordinary, just another coin that once moved through everyday purchases across America. But when collectors slow down and study coins carefully, they often discover details that make them far more interesting than they first appear. That is exactly why coins like this continue to attract attention among collectors around the world. The Roosevelt dime design has been a part of American coinage for many decades. It first appeared in 1946, shortly after the passing of President Franklin Delano Roosevelt. Roosevelt was widely admired for guiding the United States through challenging moments in history, including the Great Depression and World War II. To honor his legacy, his portrait was placed on the dime. Since that time, the Roosevelt design has remained one of the most recognizable coin designs in the country. For generations of Americans, this small coin has quietly circulated through everyday life. People used it for bus fares, vending machines, small purchases, and countless other moments. Because of this long history, the Roosevelt dime has become more than just a coin. It represents a small but meaningful connection to the past. When you look closely at the front of the 1991 dime, the first feature you notice is the left-facing portrait of Franklin Delano Roosevelt. The word liberty appears clearly along the left edge of the coin. Just beneath the portrait is the familiar motto, "In God We Trust." Near the lower right side, you will see the year 1991, marking the moment this coin was produced. These simple elements combine to create a design that has remained familiar for decades. The portrait itself was designed by sculptor John R. Sinnock. His artistic work helped create one of the most recognizable coins in modern American currency. Even though the dime is small, its design reflects careful craftsmanship and artistic detail. Turning the coin over reveals another important part of its design. In the center stands a torch, symbolizing liberty and freedom. On one side of the torch is an olive branch, which traditionally represents peace. On the other side appears an oak branch, a symbol of strength and stability. Together, these elements form a design that communicate important national values. Surrounding the design are the words United States of America, while the denomination 1 dime appears at the bottom. Even though the coin measures only a few millimeters across, the design carries a powerful message. It shows how much thought and symbolism can be placed into something so small. The 1991 Roosevelt dime was produced in large numbers by the United States Mint. Most examples were struck in Philadelphia and Denver. Millions upon millions of these coins entered circulation during that year. Because of this large production, many people assume coins like this are completely ordinary. In many cases, that assumption is correct. However, collectors often remind us that numbers alone do not tell the full story. Sometimes, the smallest differences in quality or preservation can make a coin more interesting to study. That is why collectors examine coins closely, looking for details that others might easily overlook. Condition plays a major role when collectors evaluate coins. A dime that has spent many years circulating through stores and vending machines will usually show clear signs of wear. The high points of the design might appear smooth, and the surface may lose its original shine. On the other hand, coins that were saved early or carefully preserved can still display bright surfaces and crisp details. Collectors often refer to this original shine as mint luster. When a coin retains strong luster and crisp design details, it can attract more interest among collectors. This is why preservation becomes such an important factor in the world of numismatics. Another detail collectors often study is the quality of the strike. During the minting process, each blank coin is pressed between two dies under strong pressure. This pressure transfers the design into the metal surface. When everything aligns perfectly, the coin displays sharp and well-defined details. However, not every coin receives the same level of striking clarity. Slight variations can occur during production. For Roosevelt dimes, collectors often examine the horizontal bands across the torch on the reverse side. When these bands appear fully separated and clearly defined, it can indicate a particularly strong strike. Over time, coin collectors have developed a deep appreciation for well-preserved examples of common coins. Even when millions were produced, finding one that remains in exceptional condition can still be exciting. Collectors often search through rolls of coins from banks or examine jars of spare change, hoping to discover something special. Sometimes the excitement comes not from rarity, but from the thrill of careful observation. Discovering a coin with beautiful detail and strong luster can be a rewarding experience. This sense of discovery is one of the reasons coin collecting continues to attract new enthusiasts every year. Occasionally, the coin collecting world witnesses extraordinary moments during major auctions. At these events, rare or exceptional coins are offered to collectors and investors. When a coin stands out because of its rarity or remarkable condition, competitive bidding can push the price much higher than expected. Throughout the broader history of numismatic auctions, certain coins have achieved astonishing prices. In discussions about remarkable auction records, figures as high as $26 million are sometimes mentioned within the world of rare collectible coins. These stories capture the imagination of collectors and remind people how valuable historically significant pieces can become. Auction prices are influenced by many different factors. Rarity, historical importance, preservation, and collector demand all contribute to how a coin is valued. Professional grading services carefully evaluate coins under magnification before they appear at major auctions. Experts analyze the surface, the strike quality, and the overall condition of the piece. Their detailed assessments help collectors understand exactly what makes a particular coin special. This process ensures that coins offered in major sales have been examined thoroughly. For collectors, this careful evaluation adds confidence when they decide to participate in an auction. For many people, the true appeal of coin collecting is not simply about value. The hobby is built on curiosity and discovery. Looking closely at coins encourages people to notice small details that might otherwise go unseen. A tiny mint mark, a sharp design element, or a beautifully preserved surface can turn an ordinary coin into something fascinating. Over time, collectors develop a deeper understanding of how coins were produced and how they circulated through history. This knowledge transforms everyday objects into meaningful historical artifacts. Coins also carry stories of everyday life. A dime minted in 1991 might have traveled through countless transactions during the years that followed. It might have been used to buy a newspaper, dropped into a vending machine, or saved in a jar on a kitchen counter. Each coin quietly passes through many hands, becoming part of daily routines. For collectors, holding a coin like this can feel like holding a tiny piece of history. It represents the ordinary moments of the past that shaped everyday life. So, if you are interested in coins, one of the best places to start is with the change you already have. Take a moment to examine your coins under good lighting. Look closely at the dates, the mint marks, and the details in the design. Even a small magnifying glass can reveal features that are difficult to see with the naked eye. As you begin noticing these details, the world of coin collecting slowly becomes more interesting. Many experienced collectors started their journey in exactly this simple way. The 1991 Roosevelt Dime may seem ordinary, yet it still represents an important piece of American coinage. Its design honors a significant historical figure and reflects decades of minting tradition. Whether a coin is rare or common, each one carries the craftsmanship of the people who produced it. Collectors continue studying these coins because they offer insight into both history and artistry. Sometimes, the most familiar objects are the ones that reveal the most interesting stories when we finally take the time to look closely. So, the next time you find a small dime in your pocket, pause for a moment before spending it. Look closely at the design, the year, and the fine details that make it unique. You might begin to see everyday coins in a completely different way. The world of coin collecting is full of surprising stories hidden in plain sight. And sometimes, the smallest coin can lead to the most fascinating discoveries. If you enjoy learning about rare coins and hidden history, make sure to stay curious and keep exploring the coins around you.